Casserole is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts and food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Welcome to Casserole, the movie podcast that each week aims to serve you up a delicious recasting of your favourite films. I'm Jim, and joining me at the stove each week are my co-hosts Nick and Sam. Well, hello guys, episode 2. You're back for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came back.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't scare you away.
Yeah, nearly. The T-Rex didn't scare us away either, which is good.
Yeah, I'm keen to come back to see whether you remember having watched a second film. Maybe we'll talk a bit more about that in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, you son of a bitch.
How did you find watching 2 films in like 2 weeks?
It's taxing work, mate. Taxing work.
Do you actually like films?
Well, as we said last time, I am the film guy. I am the movie guy here. Come on.
Yeah.
When you say movie guy, what do you actually mean by that?
Are you getting confused? Did you think this was a thing about moving? You think this is like a moving home podcast? All about
Well, that's it. I'm one solitary movie, one solitary film at a time. Oh man.
So what have you guys been watching this week? Anything interesting?
I've not had a chance to watch an awful lot apart from the film that we're recasting.
That's good.
So anyway,
At least
yeah,
that.
I feel like all my energy is focused on this one piece that we're recasting.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've only really got a chance to watch what we're recasting. I've not really had a chance to watch much TV either. And, you know, early starts for work, late days is.
I feel bad now. Does this make me lazy? Because I've seen loads of stuff.
Well, I'm not including like the Married at First Sight that my wife has on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that stuff that's on in the background that doesn't get included.
No, I'm not including
That's stuff that I
Right.
pretend I'm not watching, but I'm definitely trying to work out if she's going to get with him or, you know, turn on him and who's turn. You know, I'm not watching it, honest.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not either. Actually, luckily.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I've been watching a bit. I've been getting sort of into my anime. I was sort of into it a little bit, but I watched One Piece on Netflix.
Right.
Not this week.
Yeah.
Not all this week. But I really loved that, and so it made me want to go and see the source material because I wasn't not the source material obviously because the animated shows obviously it's a graphic novel. But yes, I got myself on Crunchyroll. And so I've been watching some of that and also some Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice.
So,
that I have heard of.
Yeah.
So I think I might have even watched a tiny bit of the anime. But James, you're a big anime guy, aren't you?
Well, hang on, I think you're overselling that there.
Oh.
You're majorly overselling. I do enjoy my anime. I do have a Crunchyroll account.
Hey, nice.
Haven't touched it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, I do have a very big backlog on there, which includes about another 500-600 episodes of One Piece. Attack on Titan's on there. Jujutsu Kaisen, that's another one.
I don't know that one.
My Hero Academia, another one. It's a big backlog that I do need to catch up on, but it's finding the time to.
So that's our
do
next
it.
podcast then is
The anime podcast.
Anime
Around.
yeah. Cast an anime. All right, so back to the movies. What have we got this week?
Well, this week, we're watching Waterworld.
Oh yeah. Kevin Costners' finest hour.
1995's Waterworld.
Wow. This
A
movie
film
is incredible.
It
and
is-
completely mad at the same time.
It's a
Moist
film
is
that's
the word I would
2
use about this
years
film.
after Jurassic Park, but couldn't look like it was. It could look like it was about a decade earlier.
Oh, do you think
I think it's the most.
Really
I think it's the most 80s looking film made in the mid 90s.
Yeah, it is. It's weird because obviously a lot. I'm actually going to give it a lot of props. It's a lot of practical effects.
a huge amount. Yeah.
I mean, I can only really think of 2 CGI sequences in the whole thing, and that's like the underwater swim and stuff,
And the sea monster,
and the sea monster,
which was
yeah.
awful.
Yeah,
The big piranha thing that swallows Kevin Costner whole. I think like the parachute that comes out of his boat as well that makes it go faster.
Oh yeah,
that's
which
terrible
is then
CGI thing.
huge in the wide shot. It like comes out and then it goes to a wide shot and it's like twice the size of the boat. This must seem crazy to anybody. We should probably run down what happens in the film. So over to Wikipedia Corner.
Okay, so the setting of this film, Waterworld, is the distant, distant future.
Specific.
Distant enough for the polar ice caps to have completely melted, so probably about 50 years from now, I would think.
Yeah.
The sea level has risen over 7,600 metres, covering nearly all of the land. The plot of the film centres around the nameless anti-hero, the man, the fish, the legend, the mariner.
Oh.
Played by Kevin Costner. He is like a Mad Max-esque mutant man.
Mackerel.
Like he's the Mad Mackerel. He has gills, he has web feet, he's obviously super good at swimming.
He's got gills and he's got skills.
And he's apparently the only one in this world with gills and web
Oh,
feet.
yeah. He's like a fishy guy from Taken.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hates company, especially women.
Yeah.
For a lot of this film. We'll get into that, I'm sure. He sails the earth initially solo on his trimaran, which is his super cool catamaran style.
Really well kitted out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, super awesome. Yeah, so I think a lot of people, even if you don't remember this film well, even if you've not watched it, you'll probably vaguely recall clips of Kevin Costner at sea on this super cool catamaran style boat.
Yeah. It's like a James Bond boat, isn't it? It's got like loads of gadgets and cool stuff.
It sort of converts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like
And a
the
little
sail
lime, and
comes
a little
out.
lime tree
And a little lime tree.
Yeah, at least for first.
for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that's like the vague premise of the film. In terms of like the overall plot, it's basically, this film is supposedly directed by a director called Kevin Reynolds. He actually apparently quit the film before it was finished. He was still sort of credited as director on the film. But really, this through and through is like a Kevin Costner vehicle. Would you agree with that, this whole piece?
Which is weird because, yeah, like I remember it sort of being almost my introduction to Kevin Costner as a kid. But this happened like after a lot of what you would consider as Kevin Costner's big things. Like this happened after Prince of Thieves, this happened after Dancing with Wolves and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, he doesn't need to do this shit. He could
Well,
have done.
it's funny you say he doesn't need to do this. This film is known as Kevin Costner's most infamous flop.
Yeah.
And it's with a massive, at the time, £172 million budget.
Most
It was-
expensive film at the time, right?
At the time, yeah. Huge budget and a massive, massive flop for Kevin Costner.
Well, they had to flood the world. That's not cheap. That's not cheap.
Practical effects.
Yeah, all practical. The death toll was just...
Well, that was the other thing. Part of the reason this film is meant to have been so expensive, obviously, is a massive amount of practical effects. But they filmed a lot of this on open sea. And apparently Steven Spielberg at the time warned them off the back of having done Jaws, warned them against filming on open water. And they did do it. And I think there was like storms and squalls and stuff, destroyed lots of the sets and that kind of thing. I mean, could you imagine that anyone that recalls this film will recall like all of the structures and stuff like that they had to create and build, get out.
It is like a
onto
whole
water.
floating city, town thing.
It's crazy. It's a
madness.
spectacle, isn't it? It's super cool.
So I feel like we've said like it's a bit of a flop and Kevin Costner didn't. I'd just like to nail my colours to the mast now. This is and always has been a real guilty pleasure of mine. I've always liked the film.
I really
like
enjoyed
as
it.
soon as we decided that we were going to do this film, I went straight to my DVD shelf and knew exactly where it was, like straight away. Like I actually really liked the film. Like I think probably if I'd come in cold and never seen it, like growing up, I would have been a bit more jaded towards it. But it's a bit of a gem. Like I think it has got a bit of a cult following now.
I think if you know what you're going in for, your expectations are suitably kind of low, not low, but lowered. It's great fun. It's a great fun film. What do you think about it, Jim?
It spoke to me. I said last week, the last time, that an easy, trashy action film, and I'm all in for it.
Yeah.
This is just that is a definition of that, really, isn't it? It's a very easy to watch, trashy action film with a story that doesn't really matter, and yeah, so it was a very easy watch, and I enjoyed what I watched. Would I say it's good? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed what I watched.
I think the thing that I took from it after watching it back is, and this is, I mean, I love The Untouchables. It's one of my favourite films. It's in my top 10. Kevin Costner's brilliant in that.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he's a bad actor. He's not great in this. He's, for me, the weakest character, like the weakest part.
I think it's part of the way that this role is written as well. Like
It's not a very vocal role, is it?
He's meant to be like this glum, kind of quietly brooding anti-hero. And that kind of does come across, but it's kind of filled with like really odd scripting choices. I think the tone of the film doesn't know whether it wants to be part comedy at times, and I think you definitely got that with some of. So the main villain of this film, as people may remember, is the Deacon, played by Dennis Hopper.
He is the strongest.
Well, he's one of two main villains.
True.
He is also paired up with Nord, who is his effectively the right hand man.
Yeah, the dog's body.
Yeah. But he was to begin with part of the atoll that the Mariner originally goes to.
Yeah, which
before the grand Deacon's grand plan is unveiled. So
yeah. So again, people that may need a little bit of their mind jogging, you may have watched this film a number of years ago, like I did. This film kind of revolves around the young girl Enola, who lives on the atoll, which is again this sort of floating city. She is of mysterious origin, because the sort of her guardian Helen is not her actual mother, and the younger Enola has a tattoo on her back that supposedly leads to dry land. It's like a message,
which is and this is
ultimately the Deacon's main end game is to find dry land for his people.
And I think that is just a bit of world building, like we said. We touched upon the fact that this is in the distant future. The oceans have flooded everything, and the rundown of the film is there is this child that has this map to dry land, which everyone wants. It's this, mythical place, but obviously, and it's so far in the future, these people have never seen trees or horses or land or anything like that. So they don't even believe it's real. Helen even says, that we're not built for this, this kind of world. We're meant for the land. And so the Deacon with his smokers, which are basically the bad guys, and they use, all petrol and, motorboats and things. They want to get this girl Enola and they want to get to dry land. And the Mariner is persuaded to help them get away. But the small things about this film are fun, like the fact that the most precious thing is dirt. So there are definitely little elements of this film which are fun and quite quirky.
I just think sort of the premise and everything is bizarre as well, because obviously this is far enough into the future that at least one person has evolved gills, right? So that even with mutation, right, that's like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years from the world flooding originally, right? From civilizations we know it being fucked and gone.
Well, it's definitely a long time.
And yet, even there are things that that are still around. So all the smokers all use jet skis.
And
millions of years,
apparently enough diesel for them to not only power a massive ship, but also a shitload of jet skis, a plane, several planes in fact, and a fuck ton of ammunition.
But in all fairness to the film, let's just give it all its dues. You don't know how long the smokers have been about. It could have been, hundreds of years of, cavemen-esque people on the ocean, wooden boats, and then, at some point they've found this big oil tanker, and only in the last 50 years or something. Of course. So
I'm just going to throw it out there now. I think you're giving this more thought than the script writers.
Than the makers of this film.
Yeah.
So, before we move on, would anyone like to care to take a guess, or if they know, what film Kevin Costner turned down to do Waterworld?
Ooh.
95.
I know this is basically scripted as a Mad Max rip-off, but I don't think there was another Mad Max done at the time, so I don't think it would have been one of those. No. Was it a big film that was released around...
It was a huge film.
God. It wasn't Titanic, was it?
It was not Titanic, no.
Was it something like Toy Story, the voice of
No.
No. Go for it.
It was Shawshank Redemption.
No.
Oh. Which part? As the...
I've never seen Shawshank.
Of course he hasn't.
Right. Oh my God.
Of course he hasn't.
Right, that's the next film we're doing.
But I believe it was the main role.
Can I just get this clear?
Yeah.
You have seen The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, but you have
I've not seen The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
But you have seen Waterworld, but not Shawshank Redemption.
Look, it came out when I was, 7.
Okay. So Waterworld, it was a thumbs up. Shawshank.
Well, I didn't watch Waterworld when I was 7, did I?
Yeah, but you wouldn't watch Shawshank Redemption either.
It's just one of those films that I was too young for it to watch it when it was released. I've just never got round to it.
Oh, mate, it's good.
Either because it just hasn't interested me,
Yeah.
or I just never really wanted to watch it.
That for the longest time was in my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
It's up there, man.
I love Shawshank.
Anyway, we're not here for Shawshank.
No, we're not.
That's gone. All right, ignore that. Edit it out if you have to. It's not here.
No, this is all staying in.
Do you think that more films should be based entirely on water?
Well, I
What a
could only think of this and I guess Jaws and
Titanic, and look how 2 out of the 3 of them ended.
Deep Blue Sea.
There's a theme going on here. They don't tend to end very well.
Well, they're coming back, aren't they? We have the Meg. And we have the Meg 2.
This is true.
Megier. So yeah, I think the key thing about this film, which will be fun, is there's a lot of room for some fun recasting.
That's the best part, right? I think that's why we chose it, right? Is that this film kind of doesn't know exactly what it wants to be in terms of genre, tone. There's some kind of decent performances. There's a lot of shockers in this as well. So yeah, should we make a tasty casserole?
You ready to jump in on this recasting?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, I think there's only one place to start, and that's got to be with the Mariner himself.
Okay. So I've got the big old task of recasting the Mariner. So again, this is Kevin Costner's role. He is the anti-hero. I almost feel like in casting this role, you're not just casting Kevin Costner's part. You are casting almost the second director of this film as well, because I undoubtedly had like loads of creative decisions in this film. There's like an entire montage that is based around Enola once she's been captured by the smokers and she's on like the oil tanker, you know, and she's kind of telling them all like, he's going to get you, he's going to come, he's got no mercy, he's going to get you, and it's all accompanied by
a monologue,
by a montage where he's infiltrated the tanker. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. But he starts by driving a jet ski
through the
up to the tanker. But first of all, he
runs someone over,
doesn't
he?
Even before that, he climbs up the tanker.
Of course he does, yeah.
He sees,
barefoot.
He sees the deacon, so Dennis Hopper's bad guy, giving a speech to all the smokers that live on the tanker. He thinks, I'll give that a miss. Looks back down, and 2 bad guys have jet skied up to his jet ski.
Jumps from the top.
Jumps off, take those guys out. He then breaks his way into the tanker, right? And there's a whole montage whilst Enolo's saying, like, he's going to get you.
How high has he jumped as well from this tanker? This tanker is meant to be massive.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, if he's a fish man, he ain't going to be scared of jumping into water, is he?
This is true. He loves it. He wants to get back to the water.
Yeah, if anything, the higher he gets, the
my
worse
point
he
is, like, that whole montage is then him like sneaking around the tanker, takes out a bunch of dudes. He's like total like espionage, absolute beast hero. He's like, there's one bit where he's just holding a chain and the chain's moving, like carrying him further into the tanker. That whole time I'm like, he's going to then like creep up on everyone, take them out. No, when he reappears, he's back on top of the tanker.
Yeah.
So whatever he's done inside, he's gone, I don't know.
Just go back up top.
And in fact, he's really sneaky, and then he's just back where he starts, and he just then walks up to Dennis Hopper and is like, you know,
but by that point he is a bit more disguised, isn't he? He's got the hood over. He's got some kind of. I think he's got like a scarf over his mouth, face over his mouth. So he's not really.
He's got another gun. Maybe so. He was just like kitting himself out.
He just makes himself look like one of the smokers.
He needed to up his inventory,
and then of course he opens the oil tank and just.
Which is badass.
That's one of the coolest parts in this film.
So Kevin Costner's fine. Kevin Costner's a good actor. In times, given the right role, he's fine in this. But let's see what you can do.
It's an interesting one. There are times where this it's almost been written so much like he's the cool. He doesn't talk a lot. He's super cool.
He's brooding.
Right? He's brooding. At times, like really unlikable, but I guess he progresses right through this film. So initially, he doesn't want to help Helen and the girl Enola, kind of gets spoken around. Eventually, I mean, at one point, he's like throwing them off the boat, cuts both their hair.
Well, within minutes, he's threatening to throw the girl off and kill her.
Yeah.
Let's just throw this out here now. Considering sleeping with the female lead as like payment to take them to dry land.
Yeah, so Helen offers herself up to him to be like, please keep us safe. She disrobes. Who's got Helen?
Me.
Right, so I'm sure you'll talk about this movie, but yeah, she disrobes.
They might do.
You're just recasting boobies.
He cops
Well, there were no boobs. There was ass. There was no boobs.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a funny, again, going back to the fact that a lot of this film is written in a peculiar way. Like, it's done in such a way that you don't warm to this character a lot. Anyway, on that basis, I think I've got a couple of ideas for the role of the Mariner. There was some really easy ones, so going to kind of like what would be a Hollywood pick. Tom Hardy sprung to mind, right? Like, it's an immediate pull from Mad Max, right?
Yeah.
This is basically meant to have been Mad Max.
It's Mad Max on water, isn't it? Yeah.
I think he said Mad Max on
Mad Mackerel.
Well, we know what the episode's going to be called.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So I feel like Tom Hardy on that basis is too easy.
Yeah.
I had a couple of other ideas.
It's a good choice, though.
Good choice, yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis was in there.
Okay.
He would not do
He
this.
would not take this kind of film. Well, I thought that.
Is this,
Then I feel
your
like-
Michael Cera all over again?
Then I felt like Gangs of New York is a wild film. It's obviously written an awful lot better, but it's wild in terms of like what genre is that film?
Yeah, that is weird.
So you kind of, you could be tempted with a
would be good.
wild card
Yeah,
pick.
he would be good.
I'm between two for my final picks, right? Now, one of these almost seems too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I think about it, the more I do quite like it. The first one of those is Will Smith.
Interesting.
I'm talking Will Smith, kind
Okay.
of I Am
I
Legend.
like it, yeah.
Sort of Will
No, I like
Smith,
that.
right? Sort of
I like that.
embittered, hard, and I think he could actually do that. And I think the moments where the Mariner gets where you warm to him a little bit, like when he's teaching Enola to swim in the water.
Really nice scene, by the way.
Yeah, right. That's when you're kind of like, oh, maybe he's not just a massive
Dick.
So that's pick number one. I do have another pick. This is a
Okay.
bit of a curveball pick, but the more I think about it, the more I possibly prefer this one. That's Christian Slater.
I
That's a
mean,
curveball,
I
right?
like Christian
I
Slater.
really like him.
He's good. And he's done that other famous Wolverine film, Heavy Rain.
There you go.
You know? I like Christian Slater. He definitely is around at that time. This is kind of peak Slater as well. And he's just coming off of Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner.
I'm kind of thinking
Trying to jog Jim's memory of who. I'm not looking at him in the eye because I know he's just saying who is Christian.
I was trying to picture him.
Yeah.
But
He
I'm
will star
I'm
that.
picturing someone that looks a lot like Kevin Costner.
He does.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's
that's
like-
what I'm
yeah.
A bit shorter and a bit smaller.
Right, I'm thinking of the right bloke. So I know the name.
Yeah.
It was just I was just trying to get the picture in my head, and
He's in
I was thinking
Broken Arrow.
I was just going to
he's
say
in
that's
Heavy
why I'm
Rain.
thinking that, because Broken Arrow is really where he's playing like the action hero.
Against opposite to
John
John Travolta. Yeah. I honestly think that Broken Arrow is the film where someone went, do you know what? John Travolta does quite a good bad guy. Let's do Face Off.
oh,
Which
what
is
a
one of my
film.
favourite films.
What a film!
I don't think we'll ever do that because you can't really cast Face Off.
You can't really cast Phaser, or can you?
I
Michael
mean-
Cera in both roles. I'm just saying.
Oh, Michael Cera takes his face off and he looks like Michael Cera. That's weird.
Well, before you make your decision, Nick,
Yeah.
I actually came up with a couple of names myself for the Mariner.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to throw a couple of curveballs out there.
All right.
One, which is very much in the vein of Tom Hardy, and that's Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could definitely see a Chris Hemsworth.
Like a
He
modern
would be a
remake,
Hollywood
sort of.
hit.
Yeah, I could see that.
And there's another one which is certainly going to make a Waterworld, and that's Aidan Turner. Now, I don't know if you know the name,
I've
but
heard
he
of
plays
him.
the lead in Poldark.
Yeah, he's in The Hobbit. He's
He's-
Keely or Feely. I believe it's Feely.
And,
No,
you know,
Keely.
so
One of them.
he's certainly going to create a Waterworld.
Yeah, she's taking off her clothes, not as barter, and she's just taking.
She's just taking them off, you know what I mean?
I think it's actually a really tricky one because you do naturally go to like a Tom Hardy type character, those ones that are like kind of
Grunty.
Grunty.
kind of,
Grunty,
yeah.
so don't need to do a lot of voice with their voice, but it's more with their face or their
Yeah.
body that they're acting with.
And I think like a Daniel Day-Lewis is an interesting one as well because I think the problem with Kevin Costner in this film is he doesn't go all in on any of his sides. Like he's playing like the grumpy guy, but he still wants the audience to kind of like him, so he doesn't go full grumpy. And then like he's kind of like then like turns a corner and is trying to be nice, but then he like still wants to seem cool. So there's like the character arc is more of like a hillock than a full arc.
I agree with that. I also think the writing, there's basically zero exposition. We find out nothing really about this character, do we?
Do they even like do a voiceover when they show the graphics of the water like filling up the world?
At the beginning,
At
there's
the beginning.
a really
There is an
there
explanation,
is
like,
like a
everything's
super
wet.
short one.
Like, that's it.
The polar ice caps have melted.
Yeah,
The
in the
world is
future.
What's
Sails of
amazing
little
in
dinghies.
this film is at one point Kevin Costner says, I think he's talking with someone in the atoll, the floating village.
Yeah.
And he says, like, that wouldn't happen in Waterworld. He refers to the world
says
as
Waterworld. Yeah.
Waterworld. Like, but if you live in this world and it's been like this since for anyone can ever remember, I don't think you'd be like, this is the Waterworld.
Well,
This is just the world.
This is just
I've
Earth.
never once referred to our planet as the Earth and Water World. So I think, do you know what? Out of everything, I think the most interesting one that isn't kind of just a normal one, I think actually Will Smith would be quite fun.
I agree.
But definitely Will Smith from I Am Legend, not Will Smith from whatever that horrible one where he was in with his son and they get marooned on a planet.
Oh,
What's
I
that
know.
called?
I was about to say you're not. Oh, that's
After
Earth.
Where
Yes.
the aliens can smell fear. Is it
Yeah.
that one? It's
Yeah.
like, that's too much.
Which ironically, Waterworld is after Earth. There's no Earth left.
Holy shit! You unlocked the code.
Jesus Christ.
Lock it in.
Well, I'm happy. Yeah,
All right,
guys,
let's
you
lock
swayed
it.
me.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Welcome aboard, Will.
Hey, Will.
Okay, so
He could also fund so much of this.
Yes. Yeah. As long as he gets to slap someone.
we've got the Mariner.
Yeah.
So it's only right that we move on to Helen,
Yeah.
played by
got Helen.
the beautiful Jean Triplehorn.
Yep.
Yeah, she's really good in this film. I really enjoyed her performance in this
I was
film.
looking for the third horn, but I could only see two.
Oh, the other one was on James watching.
There's three of us. Maybe we are the triple horn.
I neither confirm nor deny.
That's another potential name for this podcast.
Only if someone I hope you're about to cast, you are going to cast. Hang on, are we still on? We should cover this right
But
now.
no, see, this is what I say. I got beef with you. I cannot use the blunt card.
We're on a blunt ban.
We are on a blunt
saving
ban,
a
and this
blunt
is
ban
such a bluntly wrong.
It's
I
very
am so
blunty.
annoyed that I could not cast her
It's not a blunty roll.
I
It's
think
not
it
a
is.
blunty roll. It's not a blunty roll because I'll tell you why.
because Nick could be taking a cold shower every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, because Nick definitely would have taken that trade.
And triple horn roll.
Yeah. No, like it's not a blunty roll because unfortunately, as we talked about this writing and when this is made, she has moments where she could be a strong female character, but she's not. She always needs to be saved. And
She
she's
is very
always
a very submissive
And when the
character,
final
isn't she?
saving this girl that she cares about happens, she stays back at home.
Yeah.
Like it's not a
Yeah.
strong role, and this is nothing against
Well,
Triple Horn,
that's
but
actually what I was going to say. I actually think it's a very nothing character.
Well, like her performance in this, she's doing
She
as
performs
much as
it
she
well,
can
but I
with
think the
role,
character
but
itself is a
writing
very
shit,
nothing character. Even
Yeah.
when she's on screen, she's not the focus of the scene. It's always Costner. Or it's always Enola. She's never really the focus.
yeah.
She needs to progress, doesn't she? Like she needs to. If she's been helpless for a lot of the film, she needs to do some badass shit.
Yeah.
At some point, like she
Yeah.
needs, like maybe like
You're
when
always waiting for
Costner-
that moment for her to just... And you're like... come
Yeah,
on,
like
it
at the
just
end
never
when
happens.
he infiltrates the smoker's ship or something, he needs to be like about to be killed. She needs to be the one,
Which
that jumps
kind
in
of
and saves him.
happens because she does, the way that he escapes from this big exploding ship at the end is they have this like blimp airship and she's the one that drops the rope.
I don't know if that counts.
I'm not sure.
Actually, does she also
I'm not
throw,
sure that's
like,
big
the-
enough.
She also throws the rock that like makes not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. she doesn't throw the rock at the deacon, but she
I knew
throws-
The Rock would get into every film that we do.
Yeah. He's dressed as a Stegosaurus in this. Just call back to the first podcast. No, she throws like a rock down that hits like basically the Mariner and Enola are climbing up this rope to safety, and the Deacon like runs out of this explosion and jumps on the rope.
During his like fifth death sequence.
Yeah,
or
fifth
something.
death.
Well, there you go. Those
This
are
was-
big.
this
Those
was
are a
the
big
90s.
moment
The
there.
bad guy has
Yeah,
to die.
yeah.
Like,
At least 9 times, yeah.
She throws a rock, which then makes him like fall down and stuff. But yeah, I mean, and that's not even the end.
Well, she does rescue obviously the Mariner as well. Originally, when he's trapped in a cage, about to be recycled into the.
Maybe I'm being a
gunk.
little unfair, but she just doesn't feel. She feels
Between
like she's
those two,
constantly-
between those two moments at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
In the middle of the film, she's just not.
She's a bit damsel save me.
Yeah, she's not really anything.
So
Which I don't know whether that's
who you
fair
got?
or I don't know if that's fair to say really, but so I've got 3.
Nice.
So I've got one that I think is what I'm going to choose, and I've got 2 which I think are probably not. Well, I think one's a bit more of a rank outsider than the other. So I'll mention those first. So the first one is Sophie Turner.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely got the damsel in distress that eventually becomes an annoying, slightly kick-ass damsel in distress.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
My other option was Karen Gillan, but I'm not sure if that's
Okay.
if she's really going to suit the role.
Yeah.
Which is why
We should probably outline, just for anybody that knows even less about films than Jim.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner is obviously in Game of Thrones. She's
Sansa Stark.
Sansa Stark, and Karen Gillan is
she's from a lot of stuff. She plays.
She was in Doctor Who.
Not Gamora. No, it's her sister.
You're saying words.
I'm saying words.
Making me Nova. No, not Nova.
She's
Oh my
in.
God.
She's in Jumanji with The Rock.
She's also in Jumanji with The Rock.
There you go.
Yeah. So she could throw the rock. She could be the one that throws the rock from Jumanji. Nebula. That's the one.
That's the one. But my pick is going to be Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, I love Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. I can see. I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What about Rachel McAdams do you like in this role?
She just. I don't really know. I'm trying because I picked the name, and I went, "What's she been in?" And I've not seen anything. and I've not seen those films because I don't really go towards those kind of films that she's been in.
I like Rachel McAdams. I think she's a good pick. I think she's solid. I think she's, she's not a scene stealer in this, which she can be. But I think she. I think she could sort of. I think she'd be good because she could sort of play the damsel in distress without becoming pathetic and without becoming too annoying. Like it wouldn't feel like, oh God, I got to save her again. She'd be trying to do it, and she'd be she'd be holding her own.
So now you've got an idea of where my mind's going, how my mind works.
Yeah.
Bodes well for the rest of it, doesn't it?
It's really good.
Can't wait.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Here's a person I've heard of.
Okay, so
That vaguely looks like the character. So we've got the Mariner, we've got Helen, so I think it's only fair we go to Enola.
right. Well, I've got Enola, and much like Nick last episode,
It's Michael Cera.
but casting children is
It's
tough.
not easy, is it?
And I
It's-
didn't come up with anyone that's the same sort of age as Enola because she does it brilliantly, by the way. So Enola is played by Tina, and now excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's like Majorino.
Majorino? Yeah.
Majorino.
Yeah.
And she's really good in this, and she's actually been in a few other things as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, she does it really well. She's really young in this. I couldn't put an age to it, but I would say
10?
12.
Oh,
yeah, 10 to 12, that kind of bracket.
I thought 7 or 8.
I mean, they
You
always.
reckon
there
that
was
you
a-
reckon she was that young?
This is young, yeah.
I think they're always a bit older, playing younger.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
but I couldn't think of anyone that age. So but these are sort of child actors.
She gives a great performance as well. for
She
such a
does.
young
She's really good.
person.
I'd say
This
she's the
is
best thing
another
in it.
one actually
Yeah.
where I did come up with a name, and it'd be interesting to see if you've thought of the same name.
So my Hollywood pick, and this would be right at the start, would be Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I mean, she's a really good child actor. The first season of Stranger Things,
Yeah.
she's probably similar in age, or at least she could play a couple
I'd
years
say
younger.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Millie Bobby Brown, we know she'd be bang. She's really good. She already plays a character called Enola because she's in Enola Holmes.
There you go.
Which actually, just thinking about it now, is Enola in Waterworld called Enola because she's alone? Because Enola is alone backwards.
But she's not alone though,
But
is
she
she?
is because all her
She
family
started
are
off
there.
alone, but she's no longer alone because she's in the atoll.
All right, but I mean, she's,
So who gave her the
they
name?
don't know who her people are.
No,
they
that's true.
don't know.
That's
and
true.
actually,
It's
if
a good theory,
If
and
she
it's
came in and
very
was
likely.
just adopted.
I can tell you that Helen is named after Helen of Troy in this film.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of my insider film facts.
Wikipedia. Right, okay, so so I think Millie Bobby Brown would be the Hollywood pick. And actually, I think she might edge this as my pick, but I've got slightly more interesting ones. Anyway, my sort of outside pick would be Anna. Is it Klumpsky? She's the one from My Girl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know My Girl with Macaulay Culkin?
I know the film, but I can't picture that actress at all.
It's absolutely classic. But she's just like a really cute little blonde kid. And Enola's a really cute little blonde kid.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I think she'd do it.
Yeah.
She's definitely the right age at My Girl and
Okay.
Enola and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So she would kind of be the sort of the dark horse. But my actual pick is Abigail Breslin. Now, Abigail Breslin is... I'm not surprised you don't know the name. Her biggest role is probably Zombieland. She's the younger sister in Zombieland.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of the older sister.
The older one is Emma Stone.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Her-
she
her
plays
younger
her
sister.
younger sister.
Okay.
But she's in some other films as well. Really annoyingly, I thought those are all good films. I should make a note of those because now I'm completely blank. But she's played in films younger than that as well.
Yeah.
But she's kind of what I like about it is I thought about her in Zombieland when she doesn't take crap. She sort of talks back to the adult. She's got a bit of lip. She's kind of almost quicker than the adult.
Yeah.
And Enola in Waterworld is very much sort of like that.
Yeah.
And that
Very
sequence,
quick-witted.
and that sequence where she's saying how kick-ass Kevin Costner is when he's, for the second time, climbing to the top of the tanker, I think she could deliver that quite well.
Yeah, I like that. I think with Millie Bobby Brown, I think is almost too easy because in Stranger Things she's played that kind of prodigal, like the saviour kind of character. The very
It's a very
special
badass character, isn't it?
It translates well because she could be like in this. Enola's kind of the same thing as she's the saviour. She's got the key to unlocking, like finding dry land and all that stuff. But it's almost too easy, and she's that little bit older, I think, at least from the beginning of Stranger Things. So yeah, I like that.
Cool. So Abigail Breslin, locked in.
Okay, I am recasting. Shall I go the Deacon or Old Gregor?
Well, I think let's go with the bigger roles first.
Yeah,
so let's go deep. Let's go
He's
deep.
like he's the sort of the other big one, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the Deacon, as we discussed, is the leader of the smokers, who are the bad guys. He is the biggest of the bad guys.
Yes.
Along with Nord, who you've got, Jim. So Nord is like his chief henchman, really, isn't he?
Who he's got installed in the atoll
At the beginning,
at the
as a
beginning of
spy.
the film. Yeah.
So if you recall, Nord is like the guy with the long strawberry blonde hair. The Deacon is Dennis Hopper. So think angry bald man with an eye patch. He loses his eye in an explosion caused by the Mariner, and that's why he's even more angry for the rest of the film.
He's real angry.
I think he's a really good character.
He's a great character, yeah. He's got like that southern drawl. I think you touched on this, Sam, as well. Like, there is some interesting backstory to the way the Smokers have been written because they represent everything that caused the world to end as we know it originally, right? So they
represent the old world.
They've learned
industry, greed, consumption of fossil fuels, They represent that. And I think they've got like a really cool aesthetic as well. So very Mad Maxy, very like covered in oil and petrol and dirty. They use jet skis, they use guns.
And you would not get this in a film that's not in the 90s, but they like pay their people in cigarettes.
Yes.
So you've got like all these children chain smoking cigarettes.
Yes, there's a scene of it is the Deacon going through in the Cadillac
car,
or whatever,
yeah.
and just tossing cigarettes left, right, and centre. It's like,
Yes, there is a Cadillac in a film set on water. Yes.
Because on an oil tanker, which is like their HQ. The
You
weirdest thing about that scene, right, for all the rest of this movie, there's like an orchestral score, like a really classic action film, kind of big orchestral score. For that bit, I don't know if you picked up, it's the Peter Gunn theme, which is from like a 60s detective show. Which is reused in Blues Brothers. So that probably might be where you
I love Blues Brothers.
It was such, and that's what I mean about like weird tonal switches in this film. Jim's face was like,
I'm just listening. I am just listening. Don't worry.
because that comes out of nowhere, right? That's a track with like drums. There's some guitar in it, I think, and stuff. So it's completely at odds with the rest of the film. But they were like, chuck it on that scene. Like, it just sort of fits.
Why not?
It's kind of like it's the closest we get in this film to like the bad guys sort of tooling up, isn't it? It's like he's like going down the stairs. He's like, let's get this on. He like puts a hat on and there's
Let's drive.
It really fits. It really does. Fit.
That's why I don't know why it's not been used as like their motif, the smokers' motif throughout the rest of the film. So if you picked up, James, I'm sure you would have picked this up.
Oh, 100%. Of course I would have.
The audio motif of the different tribes.
The Mariner has his own musical motif.
Yeah.
So he has this musical bit that comes up when he does like a really cool, really brave thing. It comes up now and again.
Well, it's the main
his
theme of
signature.
Waterworld, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
Like
I would have liked that to have maybe come back with the Smokers, but go into the Deacon and Dennis Hopper's performance in this. Yeah, I think he's great. Like he's got that really cool. This is him in Speed. When he did Speed, is the villain, right? And he's got the southern drawl, and he's kind of quite funny in his sort of delivery, but he's also like quite vicious in what he does. He just wants to get revenge on the Mariner whilst capturing Enola so they can find dry land with a map that's tattooed on her back. This was a super fun. I think this is going to be a trend that villains are more fun to recast.
They are. They really are.
So I had some absolute shouts, I think, for this role. So many good ones. Right, I'm just going to say these names, right?
How many have you got?
I got like 5 or 6. Right?
Wow.
Any of these people, I think, could absolutely slay the role of the Deacon. I'm just going to say them: Mickey Rourke,
Yeah.
John Travolta,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
Christopher Walken. Bit of a
That's out there.
Wow.
That is a real curveball.
like, man, John Travolta.
We need the girl. She's got the map on her back.
I'm kind of almost.
Can you just picture Christopher Walken
No.
in that scene where they've
Turn her
got
upside down.
Enola upside down trying to read the map?
When he's doing like the speech though to all his followers up on the tanker, I think he'd be great. Anyway, that's not who he was my main pick.
Okay, that's 4. We still got 2 more.
For me, any one of them, right? I've almost thought if we had gone with Christian Slater, John Travolta would be like major broken arrow. Like too much.
Who did you say? Sorry, who did you say just before Christopher Walken?
Matthew McConaughey,
I mean him in Reign of Fire.
right?
Right, yeah, brilliant.
And he's got that southern.
If you
drawl.
haven't seen Reign of Fire,
That's the dragon.
with Christian Bale.
I don't think I've seen all of it.
It's good. That is a low key great film.
Yeah, it's a great film. It's a great action film.
It's probably one of those films where I don't think I've seen it, but I will probably watch it and go, oh, actually, yeah, I've seen it.
He's good. Matthew McConaughey, my favourite Matthew McConaughey film,
Really,
hands down.
is Waterworld.
It's him as the Deacon in Waterworld. All right.
Go on, your last two.
Okay, well, I just want to touch on before that. The person I chose first was considering Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
I think would be amazing. The reason I haven't chosen is he would have been my pick for Nord. The wrestler era.
Okay.
With his long blonde hair. I thought so. I don't want to outshadow your. Nord.
I think I've kind of maybe got someone better than that.
Cool. Well, there we are. So my end pick for the Deacon is Jack Nicholson.
I mean, yeah.
Just being peak Jack Nicholson.
It
loving every
just
minute.
fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, like almost, he may as well be aiming to do it as a Batman. This is Jack Nicholson, the Joker-esque levels of like just hamming up the role. I just think he'd be like fucking awesome. He's almost like too likable, I think, with his dastardly grin and like you need
that would
to
be
hate
where
this
that's
guy
the
a bit.
risk you would run, is that this would become a character that's too likable.
Yeah.
I think he would be the closest to like. I nearly went into my Christopher Walken again there. I think he would probably be closest to like the way Dennis Hopper plays it, like because Dennis Hopper like loses an eye, gets blown up, things keep going wrong, and he's still kind of like making jokes and is kind of happy about it.
Right,
And,
it's a really hammy role.
Like, he starts to get a bit irritated, but like even when his ship's blowing up, he's like cracking like one-liners and stuff, and I'm like, mate, like.
He doesn't get too mad, yeah. Whereas, like, say John Travolta, he'd be like super.
He'd be
fucked off by the end of this film.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that he'd been cast in it, but
Yeah.
what happens to the character. So yeah, Jack Nicholson.
So you're going Jack Nicholson?
I like
him.
Jack Nicholson. I think if I really like the idea of sorry, who did you say before Christopher Walken again?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. I really like Matthew McConaughey for that one.
Yeah.
I think like leaning in, like him in Reign of Fire. I could really see him kind of like going to town.
I could picture him and Jack Nicholson both taking the eye patch off to reveal the bloodied eye socket.
Yeah.
I could picture them both. Like,
It's a good visual, isn't it?
I've had a bad day. Like,
Yeah.
it works.
Did I not say I would kill you? I may have. No, actually, to be fair though, those lines are
Really,
very
really
Jack
funny scene. That's a really funny scene.
He's got some good one-liners.
Nice. Okay, Jack Nicholson.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson versus Will Smith.
Is an odd pairing.
It's an odd combat. Yeah. But...
And I've made this happen because I cast both those wrong.
yeah.
So let's move on to Nord.
Oh yeah.
Played, of course, by Gerard Murphy.
Of course.
Really, really good role.
He is good.
I like him.
He's one of those guys where I feel like I've seen him in quite a lot of 90s, 80s films, but I can't think of any.
I was the same. I
must have
was the
been in,
same.
like,
I was looking at the
tons
face. I was looking at his face, thinking, what else do I know you from?
Yeah.
But I'm just drawing blanks. And I feel like if I scrolled down the list, especially some of the older stuff, I probably would have seen a few of them. But I was just drawing blanks. But yeah, he was such a. I loved him in this film.
So he has been in nothing that we would probably know before Waterworld.
The Scarlet
Batman
Pimpernel.
Begins.
Genuinely, the Scarlet Pimpernel with Richard E. Grant is what I know him from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really liked that. It was like a sort of a short series.
Yeah, I remember.
And that's where I know him from.
Yeah, really good role.
So he's clearly just got one of those faces that I think I know but don't know. Anyway, I really, really liked him in this film. I thought he was a really, really good character. So you first meet him when he walks up to the Marin at the bar, says you're going to buy a drink. He's like, nah, fuck off, like.
Yeah. Immediately bad guy vibes.
Yeah, immediately, you
outset.
think, well, you're the bad guy then.
Yeah.
You've got more to do with this film.
Yep.
And then obviously the atoll gets attacked, and you confirm he's a bad guy because he joins up with the Deacon, takes a gun, and starts firing off at I think he's firing at old Gregor up in the sky, isn't he? Or is he firing at the Marin in his?
He's firing at
trimaran?
the old people. I think, like the old people that run the atoll.
He's already left the atoll before the attack, isn't he? So he's joined back up with the Deacon and the Smokers.
Yeah.
Because there's that bit when he leaves on his rowboat, and by this point the Mariner's been caged by the elders, by the tribe. He's going to be recycled into that gunk. Remember, the Nord puts up the boots, the ski boots
that the Mariners found. Yeah. No, I definitely think he's definitely he's a slimy, villainous villain. His death's a bit of a
damp
letdown,
squib.
really. A bit of a damp squib.
Yeah, funny though, it does follow the natural order of 90s action films. The second biggest villain gets 2 deaths. He crashes in the Cadillac.
Yes.
Then he comes back again, about to shoot the Mariner, and the Mariner shoots him in the top of
the boat. Yeah.
And then Deacon has like 4 or 5 deaths.
But this is really weird. Sorry to take you away from the casting of it, but like this Nord, he is in a Cadillac and he gives the line like, I always wanted to drive this thing, and then like he skids off and has a crash. Now if he crashed there and it blew up, or he crashed out the side of the ship and that was the last you saw of him, that would be awesome. But then he comes back and just gets shot with a shotgun. And like with the Deacon's like climbing up, like this big exploding ship's happening, and the Deacon's climbing up on the rope and he gets knocked off and falls down. And I can just see from above, seeing the Deacon falling into this exploding ship. And that being a good ending.
That's enough.
But he doesn't. Yeah. He falls into the water, gets on a jet ski, and then like crashes into another jet ski.
There's like 3 jet skis gliding because they're all like aiming for the pickup.
That wasn't needed. That extra like thing.
Do you think that's because they couldn't decide how they wanted these characters to die, and Kevin Costners went, "Fuck it, put it all in"?
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's extravagant. I do think there was a lot of extravagant scripting and directing choices throughout this film, which is part of the reason it's such a muddled, glorious mess.
Yeah,
I do kind of love it for that.
So back to my casting.
Back to your casting. Sorry, I digress. Yeah.
Watching it, there was a name that I wanted to put forward, but obviously I couldn't because unfortunately they've since passed away.
We're on a Blunt ban. Was it going to be Emily Blunt?
No, unfortunately, this actor has passed away, and that was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh my gosh, I've got Philip Seymour Hoffman for one of mine.
You can still recast.
Can we bring them back from the dead?
Yes.
100%.
We never actually set any rules on this. Can we bring them back from the dead?
Yeah,
Look, if we can honour Philip Seymour Hoffman by recasting him in Waterworld as the Nord,
Well, I'm not sure I'm
How
going
can we
to.
honour?
I'm not sure I'm going to. That was just a name I was going to put forward because, he's dead. So I didn't.
That does put a damper on things.
Another name I was throwing out was Peak Ed Harris.
Yo, yeah.
he's a shout for the Deacon, mate.
He is a
as well.
shout.
He is,
Yeah.
and I'm talking like I'm talking like The Rock.
The Rock, Ed
Peak.
Harris.
Why is The Rock coming into everything?
Yeah, yeah. The peak, the Rock.
Yeah, just I'm talking Peak Ed Harris, like from The Rock. Yeah, I mean he's a nasty bastard in that film.
He is. Well, he's that. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's
conflicted.
He's conflicted. He's ultimately sort of a good guy-ish.
But I think I'm going to go with one of the other two names, which is either Luke Evans
Okay.
or Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
The Fassbender.
We all know we like the Fassbender.
I do love the Fassbender.
And I'm leaning towards Fassbender.
He is good.
I did watch The Killer recently, actually, which is his new film on Netflix where he plays an assassin.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the trailer.
It's glorious.
Is it good?
Yeah, worth a watch.
Nice.
Good recommendation. I will watch it in about 5 years' time.
Yes. Yeah.
And not remember any of it the day after.
I will watch it when you say, let's recast the killer.
I like Fassbender. I don't know if almost all of these roles.
Would you prefer Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would.
I just think it's
Okay.
like a lot of the roles. It's hammy, isn't it? Right, the original performance because the whole film is hammy. I don't know if the Fass is.
Can you not see him with the gun after the deacon's giving it the old? Oh, did I say that? And then walks away and then shoots the two elders.
Yeah, but
You know, you
almost
can-
like it'd be too intimidating. I mean, like the performance he gives in the new Alien films, Covenant and everything, as the droid, is it David? Mm-hmm. Is really creepy. And I think Nord's got a bit of like, it's almost like overdone everything. Like,
I
it's
think-
very 80s, 90s.
I think one of the sort of the difficulties of this whole recasting thing is you can just put A-listers in every role. But the problem then is it's not balanced. I think if you have Jack Nicholson as the bad guy, excellent bad guy, and if you have Michael Fassbender as his henchman, I think that's you're two on a level there, you know? There's the same kind of intensity, there's the same kind of I actually think your Ed Harris or your Philip Seymour Hoffman is
The better shout.
is really on the money.
So who would you give your vote to?
Well, I've put Philip Seymour Hoffman as a different. I've recast him in one of mine, but actually, I think he would be better as Nord.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, well then I'm happy to be swayed and
He would be. It would be a different portrayal, but
You're
it
thinking
would.
Philip Seymour Hoffman from Boogie Nights? Is that the portrayal you're thinking?
No, but I think like he'd bring a total many more. I mean, what an incredible actor! He would bring many more dimensions to that role, and there is. It's got that scope. I mean, I feel like we're possibly giving too much credit to this role, what it is in the first place. But at least there is. It's written into the script that he is kind of conflicted, right? He kind of wants to be the deacon himself. He wants the power.
Yeah.
We know that from where he's like, I've always wanted to drive this beast when he's driving the Cadillac during the attack. So he could play some of that, like he's simmering with resentment and that kind of thing.
I definitely think I like this again. Maybe giving this role too much props, but if you had,
I think we're giving this film too much props.
Give it to Daniel Day-Lewis.
if you had Philip Seymour Hoffman channeling a little bit from him in Mission Impossible 3 and a little bit of him in Hunger Games, because in Hunger Games he's very much this kind of, although he's playing this character in Hunger Games, spoilers, he's kind of like this snivelling underling to the president.
Yeah.
The president? Yeah, I think it's the president, isn't it? The President Snow. Yeah, President Snow. And he sort of is playing that underling quite well, but he's ultimately a nice guy in that. Whereas, like in Mission Impossible 3, he's obviously very not a nice guy, but he's too intense and too bad. So if you kind of like had a middle line between those two characters, that's very much Nord. And
That's true.
I think he'd nail that.
Yeah.
Then we are bringing back Philip Seymour Hoffman from the dead.
So he can roll over in his watery grave in Waterworld, because he is not wanting to do this film.
What have you done to me?
So, who of yours are we going on to next?
Well,
I'm going to
I think-
assume the Enforcer.
Yeah, so the Enforcer. So basically, the Enforcer's almost like the...
He's the peacekeeper of the
He's
atoll,
the
isn't
other
he?
side of Nord, really.
Yeah.
Because you've
That's
got
good.
the
That's a
Deacon
good
and
way
you've
of
got
putting it.
Nord.
He's
and then you've
the
got-
polar opposite, isn't he?
Yeah, so you've got it's basically the same character, but he's gone down the honourable, righteous, law-abiding path.
Yeah.
But they're very similar characters.
Yeah.
Which is why for one of my picks I went with Philip Seymour Hoffman for him. Because I could see him kind of being like, delivering those lines like, you know who I am, you've got 1 hour kind of, you've got 2 hours and then leave my atoll kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I prefer Philip Seymour Hoffman in bad guy roles. That's why I think he'd be better as Nord. This role originally was played by R.D. Cole. Again, he's one of those actors where I've seen him in things. He's in Young Guns too. He's in kind of like a lot of films of that sort of era, but he's just sort of like one of those like character actors kind of thing. He's sadly passed on. But so for my other picks, so Philip Seymour Hoffman was my dark horse pick, obviously because he's dead. It's quite difficult for him to take the role. My Hollywood pick, now both my picks are technically Hollywood picks, but my Hollywood pick is KJ Simmons, who is probably best known as Peter Parker's boss at the Daily Bugle. He's in Whiplash, he's in Moneyball, he's in... he's in everything. Yeah. And I could see here, Mariner,
That's
get
quite
off
a good
my
pick,
atoll.
actually. Because I do feel like the original performance, and maybe it's fully intended to be this way, is quite, it doesn't give an awful lot of the character, does it? But I'd quite like to see it given a bit more. Like he's meant to be the sheriff, the law enforcement of the atoll. This is one of the only characters that kind of makes it all the way to the end as well.
Yeah, and he's the only one actually that is willing to stand up and help them and ends up on dry land.
Yeah, because obviously he didn't want to arrest the Mariner to begin with, did he?
No,
he wanted him to just come in, do his business and fuck
leave.
off. And it wasn't
And
until
actually-
one of the atoll residents actually spotted the gills behind his ears, that's when he was like,
Mutation!
alright,
Well, even that, like...
fine. Even then he did it begrudgingly.
And they're trying to lynch the Mariner, and he, beats them up and takes them off the Mariner. It's like, that's not how we do things here.
Yes.
So I think Simmons would be... I can really see him, that's not how we do things here. Kind of like, he'd be good at that role. But he's not my pick.
Ooh.
My pick I've gone for now, I am completely guilty of doing what I said that Jim did, where I've cast like an A-lister in a minor part. But I feel like this guy has the ability to be an A-lister or a small part character.
Okay.
I've gone with Michael Shannon.
Ooh.
Michael Shannon is General Zod in the new
Superman.
Man of Steel film.
Yeah.
He is the sort of really horrible bad guy in Shape of Water.
Yeah.
So he likes water already.
Already winner.
The shape
Good
of it.
start. Yeah.
Shaped like the Earth, please. A big ball of never-ending water is the shape he likes. He is an absolute see you next Tuesday in The Shape of Water. He is weird and horrible. But he's so good in it and so characterful in it. And obviously he wouldn't be anything like that in this role. He'd be like a nice guy. But have you seen him in Knives Out?
I haven't seen that film.
So Knives Out is really good, and he plays this kind of bumbling idiot kind of guy, and he's got a bit of a southern drawl. And I just think again, like somewhere between that line of kind of like likable rogue, but actually has an edge to him. I really think Michael Shannon would be good in that role.
Nice. Good pick.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Let's lock in Michael Shannon then.
Okay, so I have my last casting choice is Old Gregor.
I'm old.
Yeah, that's what that name makes me think
I'm
of,
old
right?
Greg.
The actual character is it's like bizarre. It's a really, really odd character, right? So this is kind of the mad professor of the film, really. So he's the old guy that lives on the floating settlement. He's apparently kind of a vague sort of father or grandfather figure to Helen and Enola. He's clearly like an inventor, so he's created like the little airship that he escapes on. For forgets to pick up. It leaves too early and he floats off, not to be seen again until he appears at just the right fucking time to rescue Helen and the Mariner.
What are the chances?
Yeah, he's got a couple of scenes where like he's clearly he's been the one that is obsessed with the tattoo on Enola's back, and he's trying to interpret what it means, thinking that it's the way to dry land. He's got some scenes where the Mariner is initially captured and caged, and weirdly, right, I don't know if you guys picked this up, he doesn't appear. I don't think you see him initially in the settlement at all. It's not until the Mariner is already captured, and then he's just there with Helen having a scene. I don't think you see him in the crowd or anything.
No, I don't think.
No.
I think actually, do you see a very quick glimpse of him opening the gate to let in the Mariner?
Oh, okay.
Because I think he's like responsible for basically like the machinery, because they've got power,
Okay.
Would they-
like, you know, and winches.
Would that not have been the Watchman opening the gate?
I think the watchman says, "Open the gate," and then you see. Oh no! Do you know what it is? It's actually when he's engaging the flywheel to start the power up once the night falls.
That's it.
So it is. You're right. He's not there until then.
He has that scene when he comes out to like interrogate or talk to the Mariner when the Mariner is caged up and hoisted up. So he climbs the ramps. He's got the torch in his face with the little fan thing on his head. So it's very much like a bit of a Mad Professor style role.
You know who he really reminds me of? Like a Terry Pratchett character.
Yeah, right. He's like super quirky.
Yeah, like that. You know that Baron Munchausen? Have you seen those kind of films? Like that kind of weird...
steampunky little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's played wonderfully by Michael Jeter. What's the wrong? So the late Michael Jeter. But he's a wonderful actor. I don't know if you guys recall some other films that he's been in. Probably the biggest one that springs to my mind is The Green Mile.
Oh yeah,
that he's in. He's just like wonderful in that. And yeah, I really like his performance. It's very quirky. It's very odd. This is another example where it's difficult not to cast like massive A-listers in every single role. But that's part of the fun of being able to make this tasty casserole, right? Is that we can do.
We have an endless budget. We can do what we want.
We can do whatever
everything's
we want.
prime rib.
There you go. So the first person I was thinking of, I've only got 2 picks.
Okay.
I'll keep this simple. Gary Oldman was someone I was thinking of initially.
Yes.
I thought
Don't even have another pick. Gary fucking
it's
Oldman.
quite nice, isn't it? If he wants to ham it up, he can.
Yeah.
He's
almost
in.
like what would be
Zod from like Fifth Element.
like
Zor,
him, but if he was being nice.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, but actually, and this is a shout for one of the other roles that we haven't got to yet. What a cameo that would be. But the person I'm leaning towards for this role is Robin Williams.
Oh, no. Sorry, that was too loud. You're an asshole.
Have I taken
that is written down.
Oh,
it's
okay.
perfect for one of those drifters.
I think you've got him as drift. Yeah, who I was thinking like would be good. So I'm happy to be.
He's perfect for one of those drifters.
Okay.
And Gary Oldman's perfect for.
All right,
the
I'm happy
crazy old
to.
inventor.
We are going to have to edit out that massive bang. I'm so sorry.
I'm happy to, based on your feelings.
That was Jim's jaw hitting the floor, by the way, over that bang.
So you have watched the film at least because you feel passionate about this part. Of
Because that role, I instantly went, that's Robin Williams.
it is, yeah.
It's a perfect, well, at least one of them. It's a perfect role for it.
I'll tell you what. So
That's
if
a
you're,
cameo.
providing you are wanting him for Drifter 2, who is a crazy Irish drifter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Irish, yeah.
Okay, the second one, right?
Yeah,
That's the fight.
not the
with
line
Mackerel.
stealer, the second one, yeah.
Cool, which you'll come on to and explain, I'm sure. I'm happy to stick with Gary Oldman then.
Good.
Nice.
Freeing
Good.
up
Lock in Gary Oldman.
Robin.
Again, I'm glad you've said, well, that's the thing, I'm glad I wasn't originally going to pick him, but because we are bringing people back from the dead, that's why I was like, he's there.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because, he's there on the left. He's
So
there.
should we go to your
Well, the
drifters
drifters
then?
are my last ones.
Yeah.
So, Drifter 2 is...
Well, so we should probably set up. So basically, the
drifters are the lone sailors of the sea.
Yeah.
Traders.
They go between atoll and atoll, and they essentially say there are more than one atoll because they are
Can we
going
say
between
this
the
one,
two.
right? Atoll means...
They're the floating city.
Can we just say it's also pronounced atoll? It's an atoll, and it's just a floating structure that people live on. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
The atolls.
There we
I was
go.
saying it wrong too, don't worry.
They're all assholes.
That's what I've been thinking every time you fucking say it.
Atoll.
So the drifters just go between each
Yeah.
atoll.
They're basically like
Trading,
nomads, aren't
just
they?
trading, and they're nomads. They don't have anyone else on the boats with them. They're just there. They're not big parts in this. You only come across 2
Plus the Mariner.
Yeah,
Plus
the
the
Mariner
Mariner.
is a drifter.
Yeah,
ultimately.
he's like the ultimate drifter, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the ultimate drifter.
But he doesn't have
That's
a guitar.
what he described himself as. The ultimate drifter.
But yeah, you only come across two of them. One at the beginning of the film, and then one about halfway through.
Once the Mariner's got the women with him, which is a big...
So
Oh man, that scene.
Yeah.
I presume we're going to do the first drifter first.
I'm going to start with the Lime Thief for mine.
Yeah, nice. You come up with better names for them. It's that drifter, definitely not Irish, definitely is Irish, and the Lime Thief.
So the Lime Thief is in like basically the first main scene of this film,
Yeah.
right? Where he meets up with his boat. They've done some trading, and that's when we first meet some of the smokers as well. So
Yeah.
two guys on jet skis.
So they haven't done
back.
trading, have they? So like basically,
they're
Kevin
going
Costner
to.
goes underwater,
Oh, that's right.
and he's down. And obviously, you don't know he's like a mutant at this point, but he's obviously under the water much longer than any human could be.
Well, I believe the first drifter does state that he's been down for over an hour.
Exactly.
Or
yeah. So he's
there
been
and
down
thereabouts.
And Kevin Costner on his boat has a lime tree. Now, can I just say here at this point, when I was watching this film with my wife, she was like, "Why has he chosen limes? They're notoriously difficult to like keep. They need loads of water." And because she's into gardening, and she said all this, and I was like, "You know that like the British Navy, you know we're all called like limeys because the British Navy had to take limes because it stops scurvy. So that's the reason
When you're at sea.
when you're at sea, yeah. So anyway, Kevin Costner's character has a lime tree. That's why we're calling him the
Lime
limey
Thief.
drifter.
Yeah, because he steals the limes.
Now, you're going to have to forgive me for the pronunciation. Obviously,
We will.
Drifter 1 is played by, I'm going to say Kame.
I think it's probably-
Chaim. See, I'm going with Kame or Kime.
I think it's probably Chain.
Okay, we'll go with either one. Giraffe.
Yeah.
Is the last. Okay,
Chain Giraffe.
I'm going with that.
He's in quite a lot of films actually. He's been in a few things, even quite recently. I think.
really?
Yeah.
He was in Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam. That's the one. Yeah. So he's
Oh,
still
no way.
going.
Oh,
Quite a
nice.
character actor.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I've been toying with who to have for that one. I didn't know I could use Robin Williams, but he's now locked in for the other drifter.
Yeah.
So I'm going with I've got. So I actually get with two names that are two very different people.
But either of them need to be an expert at the double take. Because
Yeah.
this performance of the first drifter does the biggest
Then
double take I think I've ever
One
seen.
of them would work better than the other. For some reason, I put Jamie Lee Curtis down.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
You're aware that's a woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Just-
doesn't mean the drifter can't be a woman.
No, not at all.
But I don't know.
like True Lies, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't know why.
And then the other films.
And the other
Knives
Where's that
Out.
from?
Knives Out.
Yeah.
And the other name which I am actually going to put forward is, you might know the name, you probably won't, it's Jason Mantzoukas.
I don't think I know that name.
I've heard of that name.
So he's got a recurring bit part in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
He voice is...
Yes. He does one of the voice in.
He's Invincible.
Yeah.
He's 30 voices. I think he does a lot...
He does another show as well. Actually, it's about like young parents. He's like the neighbor. He's very good.
So that was the name I was thinking. I was actually putting him thinking for Drifter 2, but that was because I didn't realise, we were bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah.
So Drifter 1,
He's great.
He is great.
He's very funny. So he
Yeah.
would be a great shout for
So
Drifter 2.
but he's Drifter 1. And then, of course, Drifter 2 is going to be Robin Williams.
Well, so I actually came up with a couple of curveballs for Drifter 1.
Well, go on then.
So this would be my very much Hollywood pick, but thinking this is ultimate cameo. He's in it for like 10 minutes. That's a big thing. So my Hollywood pick would be Steve Buscemi. I can imagine him being very sort of dry in that
Weird.
role of weird.
Yes,
and
like makes your skin crawl.
he would do an awesome double take.
He would do a good double take.
And, of course, a bit of juggling with the limes.
Exactly, bit
I really like Jason Mantzoukas.
I think-
I can picture him juggling the lines, being like, fuck you. Yeah. He'd put some humour in.
He would.
And kind of, yeah. I'd almost not want to see him then get like shot by the
I don't think
smoker
he
straight away.
gets shot, does he? I think he just
I think he gets shot
He
and
has
then they
his
tackle him or something.
sail snapped by
the
the...
sail snaps when he's dead in the water.
Yeah.
The smokers come to
The
take
smokers,
him once
they
the snail
kill him.
snap, they catch him up, yeah.
Yeah, they kill him.
Yeah, I think you're just left to assume that he's been killed by the smokers. I don't think you actually ever see
I
him.
think he's good. I think you go Mantzoukas if you want to sort of have the tone of the film stay similar.
Yeah.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis actually makes it really interesting because you don't really see any strong women in this film
No.
at all. And so it would be nice to actually see, like, yeah, a woman could be a drifter and, like, survive in this world and, like,
Up until they're immediately killed by the smoker's butt.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
10 minutes into the film.
she could be a horrible character, but, like, it would kind of at least give at least one female more than just a damsel role.
That's very true.
So yeah, but I think
yeah, it's got to be Robin Williams and Mantzoukas.
Yeah.
So can we just take some time
Oh, God.
to appreciate then the role and the performance of Drifter number 2?
You're right.
Which for people that may, again, haven't watched this film for a long time.
Or some people that have watched it very recently and still didn't realise.
This person has like the strongest Irish accent
Yeah,
you've
like
ever fucking heard.
it's like if this accent was a drawing, it would be a fucking caricature. It is the strongest Irish accent to the point where it's like it's almost like Brad Pitt in Snatch. It's like Traveller kind of like you get paper, you've seen the like of it. It's so Irish. And Jim, did you pick up on that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely.
No, you bloody didn't.
No, I
So
didn't.
basically, I've been.
I did not hear Irish. I don't know why.
I've been
I've watched
trolling on
that
WhatsApp
scene
groups
3
this morning.
times and I've still not heard Irish.
How have you not heard Irish in that performance?
Can people be like accent blind or accent deaf, like
I think
colourblind?
we've just discovered that
I
they
think we
can.
discovered it.
So this role is played. Can I just say, I love this. Is my
Yeah,
favourite.
sorry, we should say that it's played by Kim Coates.
Kim Coates, my favourite performance in the whole film for me. I think it's amazing. I think he perfectly captures the sense of someone that's been out at sea, alone for a long, long time, gone completely fucking
Batshit mental.
Yeah.
You don't know whether to feel sorry for him. You don't know whether to be unnerved by him.
No, you're definitely unnerved by him.
Undoubtedly.
I mean, he walked one of the first things he says was like, asked to buy the women.
Well, he does buy the women. I mean, Kevin Costner in this film treads a very thin line for his save the cat.
Horrible to women.
Yeah, like you know where in films they have that save the cat moment where the main character does something heroic and saves like something helpless.
Yeah.
And that's when you love them and root for them.
Yeah.
In this film, Kevin Costner puts the cat in danger before then saving the cat. It's like, I don't know if that's okay.
I am the good guy, really.
Yeah. So, yeah, but it is played brilliantly. And you know, again, as a kid, I didn't know anything about, you know, seafaring. Not that I know loads now. But, like, you realise that obviously he's mad. He's obviously got so, you know, deprived. He's drunk seawater, which sends you mad. And, like, you know, he is mental. And Irish.
Super
Irish. Like...
But there's also, I don't know if you noticed, some really nice touches in terms of costume design and stuff.
Well, he had a fucking leprechaun on his shoulder, did he?
No, but I don't know if you noticed. he's wearing one of those giant green hats. Drinking, he's got a Guinness in both hands when you meet him, first of all. No, his so obviously one of the things we haven't really touched on is a lot of the costume design in this. You can see where a lot of the budget has gone, right? Not just in the costumes, but like the set designs, all the
leprechauns.
The leprechauns on his boat. No, he's obviously got this really scraggly like jacket, but the sort of undermesh of the jacket is like the plastic beer pack.
Yeah,
like 4-pack plastic pulls. Did you notice that?
I did not know.
I thought it was a really cool touch that, like, obviously, like people have just been like sewing their clothes together from like random junk and all that kind of thing.
And like the mariner has like, I mean, he has like ski boots at one point.
Yeah.
He, like one of his vests is like part of like a neoprene kind of suit and stuff.
It's all very cool.
It
But yeah,
is
I
nice.
love Kim Coates' performance as this like just really twisted.
Is Kim Coates Irish?
No, I don't think he might be Canadian American.
He's not Irish, but he's definitely playing it Irish. Well, I mean, I think Robin Williams would do it, like maniacal, a bit crazy.
Robin Williams.
Have you seen Robin Williams?
Robin.
No.
Can we put Robbie Williams as Drifter 2?
Apparently Sam wants to.
And through it all, she offers me.
That's a good ride, that ride. I like that ride.
Yeah. Your paper. I wrote my songs on it. Have you seen paper? Have you seen it? Anyway, I think Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like he's unnerving and that, and he's a bit
mad
crazy.
cool.
Yeah.
I've got some absolute shouts for Drifter 2.
Yeah, go on.
I don't
As good
know
as
if they'll-
Robbie Williams.
I don't know if they'll reach those peaks, but one
Is it Gary Barlow?
He's Drifter 1. One is Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
In peak, like Gladiator-esque, I think he could act like Joker, could nail that cringy.
Him as the
"You're a
Joker.
bad man.
Yeah.
And the other person that I've got for the role of Drifter 2, you, James, I'm not, my hopes on high that you've heard of this person, is Barry Keoghan. Again, I might be saying that wrong,
Right, okay.
So if you've seen Killing of a Sacred Deer, is one of the films that I'm thinking of.
Have you seen the Banshees of Inisherin?
Oh man,
It's so
such
good.
a good film. James?
It's right, okay. If out of everything we've talked about, if you're gonna see one film,
I'm going to tell you right now, James is not going to sit through.
Banshees of Inisherin. No,
How long is this film?
it's okay. If I say it's like a 2.5 hour film and nothing happens, like I
Someone
cannot
gets
say,
their fingers cut off.
As someone that's seen a lot of films, I don't know what genre the Banshees of Inisherin falls
That's
into.
why it's so perfect.
It's so brilliant, but it's not a comedy. It's not a horror. It's not a tall tale. It's not a coming of age story. It's everything.
If
nothing.
you haven't seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer,
I want to see that as well.
I would thoroughly recommend watching it. Purely, well, Colin Farrell's incredible in it, but Barry Keoghan's, again, apologies if I'm saying that wrong, not a great day for me for pronunciation, but Barry Keoghan's performance in that is of another level.
Basically, what we've said is these two Drifter roles, because they're prime cameo roles, it could be a number of character actors
And interpretations
and you know all that stuff. I think the two, you know, Joaquin Phoenix, Barry Keoghan, they are great. I think we should honour Jim's pick though in
Jason Mantzoukas.
Jason
and Robin
Mantzoukas.
Williams.
100%.
Williams. Oh my god, I said Williams.
David Walliams
Gary Barlow.
and Matt Lucas. Right, so we've only got one left to go, and this is kind of a bit of a cameo role, and it was included because I genuinely did not know it was this actor playing him. Did anybody know it was this actor playing him?
Who are we talking
I
about?
don't know what I'm
pilot.
on about here. Oh, I mean, when watching it, yeah, you knew. You can know it's him, but
you only knew once you knew.
once you knew, yeah.
So basically, the pilot has this very tiny part. It was bigger. We looked it up. There's a deleted scene.
Okay.
But basically, there's a pilot that is sent out by the smokers to spot the boat. He spots the boat. He's like, has a cigarette, and he's like, shoot them, but don't shoot the girl. Which is an incredibly funny line because this massive machine gun on an aeroplane, the idea that it could not shoot something is like that accurate. Is crazy. But it's played by Jack Black.
Yeah, and he has that moment where I think it's Helen that fires the harpoon from the boat into the plane. The plane starts circling around, wrapping the wire, the rope from the harpoon around the mast of the boat. And Jack Black is hanging out the plane and he's trying to shoot off the rope with a gun.
Yeah, which he then manages, and he flies off, and the boat flings the mariner right into the water, and that's actually what precedes the cutting off of the hair because he's so mad that she's like wrecked his boat basically.
Yeah.
So and then we did see that there's a deleted scene later on where the pilot is supposed to be reporting back to the deacon and his henchman about where the boat is. And what's really weird is you can now knowing there's a deleted scene, you can see where the scene fits in, because in the background of the scene they've kept it in, Jack Black's character is very animated and is doing stuff and is like throwing like stuff at like this person off screen and is kind of very annoyed and like smoking, and he's playing a person that's clearly just had a scene and done something.
Yeah.
It was quite weird, but basically, crazy that Jack Black is in this film and he's this kind of bit part, but it's allowed some interesting stuff. So my Hollywood pick, again, a bit crazy, a bit funny, would be Kevin Hart. I think he'd be funny, just be like in the plane,
Trying to shoot the thing,
like don't shoot the kid. Like, I think he'd be funny. My sort of joke pick is Dan Fogler. Now Dan Fogler is basically Jack Black off Wish. which is is maybe a bit mean to Dan Fogler, but he's in like Balls of Fury. He's very good in Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
He's like the human character in that.
Right.
Jack Black off Wish is mean. Sorry, Dan. But he looks so much like Jack Black, and he would be quite funny.
Not as much as you look like Jack
Not
Black.
as much as I look like.
How have you thought about casting yourself?
I'm Jack Black off Etsy, you know. So basically, but the guy I have gone for is Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is like, if you don't know, he's from like Clerks.
Yeah.
He's more of a director writer. He did Dogma and things like that.
Yeah.
But he's funny, and he would deliver one-liners well. And I think he would be in this film because it's kind of his film. You know, he does these kind of cult classics. You know, not cinema hits, but they're sort of become slow burners and stuff. So I think for that kind of role, I think.
I like him. Yeah, a little cameo performance. I think he'd give a nice deadpan for that moment, like where it's meant to be really animated, like trying to shoot the rope. He'd just be like, oh.
Yeah,
trying to do it. I think it'd be good. Yeah.
Don't shoot the kid, lights up a cigarette. You know, it's great. It definitely fits.
I like it.
So before we lock in our final recasting, do any of you have any other cameos that you'd like to throw out there? Because I have one.
I definitely think. Can I just say, I didn't think about this before, but now you've said it, I definitely think Christopher Walken should be one of the elders.
Oh,
you know,
like him as the elders.
Yeah, like the one that gives the final. You know. You're going to go back to the earth.
I tell you where else I'd really like him, and I don't know if this is who you're thinking as a cameo, is the depth gauge guy.
The old man in the oil. That's
A really crazy old guy, lives down in the oil tanker on the smoker's tanker boat, and his job is to just measure the depth of the oil.
Yeah.
He's really deprived of light and any contact.
Everything,
Yeah.
That was actually who I was thinking of for a cameo.
So who were you thinking?
So I was actually going to honour Nick.
Please.
With him wanting to have Radcliffe in every film.
Yeah. I've actually changed my mind now.
But
I want Michael Cera.
I actually think Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's got a big beard now.
I think Jim Carrey down in the day with his big bushy beard.
Yeah.
You know, he'd probably ad-lib something as well.
He'd be so great.
He'd probably make that a little bit more than what it is, and just whatever, the little bit he shouts up, being like, "Rrr," and then doing some weird look when the fire comes down at him.
Yeah.
I think he would ad-lib a bit more to it, and it would just bring a bit more extra life to that role of the old man, and what I've just called Oil Man.
Oil Man. But having said that, can you not just imagine hearing when that flame hits, delivering the line of "Oh, thank God"? Can you not imagine that? Oh, thank God.
I'll let you have whoever you want and free up Michael Cera if I'm allowed to insert my epilogue into this film.
Yeah, you go for it.
You what?
Yeah, because Nick's basically written the end of the film, right?
I think the end of this film is a little bit
damp, ironically.
Yeah, right. They've reached dry land.
I think it ends how it should end. They reach dry land, and I don't think the mariner should fuck off again. Obviously, I know why he does.
Yeah,
but I don't think.
Sickness.
Yeah, I don't think he should. I mean, obviously, he probably can't really live on land. He's got gills enough.
The mariner can't be contained. He's too super cool. He needs to go off and do another adventure and simmer.
I think it ends how it should end. I don't think it.
Well, I'm not saying to change the ending as it is, right? Okay, so mid credits roll. Okay, there's a little caption, text caption.
Yeah.
And there's mist over the screen. I don't know, 25, 30 years later. Okay.
Oh, time skip.
Misty.
Yeah.
We see the dry land as it was, but only now it's covered in snow. Okay?
Ooh.
There's been an ice age.
Ooh.
Okay? It's no longer Waterworld. It's very cold. Everything's covered in ice.
It's really cold.
We see Enola. She's grown up now. She's played by Emily Blunt.
Of course.
She's wearing
woolly. No, you used your Blunt card last week.
She's wrapped up in furs and stuff, riding one of the horses that you see. She's grown into this incredible. The enforcer guy, suddenly he's in a tower. He's looking through a telescope.
I mean,
the ocean.
probably
right?
dead.
No, he's like old guy now. Yeah, his like beard is white and everything, right? But he's still doing his
Gregor
jobs.
would be dead, right?
Yeah, Gregor's gone. He sees something in the telescope. He starts panicking, ringing the bell, and then basically the camera pans out through the mist, out onto the ice below. There's no longer water, there's ice. We see figures approaching through the mist. First of all, there's these guys on like Olympic ice skates.
Nice, yeah.
And then the snowmobiles goes past. Then there's like some kind of ice chariot pulled by a couple of snowmobiles. There's like a whole bunch of like people on there. They're all dressed in like baggy clothes. Everything's very baggy. There's like lots of hoodies going on and that kind of thing.
Classic.
The enforcer guy is bringing it, and then he goes, "Skaters! Skaters!"
Nice.
Camera keeps panning up the chariot. There is, dressed in like loads of furs, baggy furs. He's got like a Limp Bizkit hoodie on or something. It's Michael Cera.
Nice.
With an eye patch.
Nice.
Because he's like the deacon's son, maybe.
Who inherited one eye.
He takes off the eye patch and he's got the glass eye that the deacon had. And he looks at camera and goes, "Ice World." Dun 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 dun. Sets up the sequel perfectly. Credits roll, end. Boom.
Jesus Christ. I think it's got... The only thing that I think would make it perfect is he lifts up the eye patch and he's still just got a normal eye. He's just got two eyes.
He just does it because it's Michael Cera and he can't look badass in any other way.
I think that's really good. I had a thought about the ending as like a thing, not like a whole different thing. I just thought like it might be like really nice to kind of do like an after credits thing where it's like years later and Nola's grown up and she sort of lays a flower at like the graves of like everyone else and it's just her left and she gets on a boat and sets out after the mariner.
Oh, nice.
And that's just kind of like a little thing because she's like alone again kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we've made Waterworld so much more.
Well, apparently we've now just made the Waterworld universe.
Yeah, the Waterworld cinematic universe. Yeah, Water universe.
Ice World.
Should we lock in our recast?
Yes, let's lock it in.
So, should we start with you, Nick? Just read off your ones.
Yeah, sure. So the mariner, the main anti-hero, is Will Smith.
Nice.
The deacon, the big baddie, is Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
And old Gregor is played by Gary Oldman.
I mean, those are three solid
Some good picks, isn't it?
Right there, yeah.
So, Helen is now Rachel McAdams.
Nice.
For no other reason that she just...
Someone you thought of.
Just someone I thought of. And
I know a woman.
and she kind of looks like she'd play the part. No. Nord is now Philip Seymour Hoffman, back from the dead.
Great.
The Drifters are Jason Mantzoukas and Robin Williams.
So great.
That's great. Enola, the child, is Abigail Breslin from Zombieland. The Enforcer is Michael Shannon. And the cameo of the pilot, not any longer Jack Black, is now Kevin Smith.
Excellent.
Brilliant. So that's it.
Good set of names, isn't it?
I'd watch that film.
I'd watch that.
I think I would too.
Yeah. I now kind of want to see Ice World though. Right?
I'd watch that.
I watched that film.
I'm intrigued by that. Yeah. Ice World is. I mean, I'm not sure about Michael Cera.
No, that's it. But he's got to be wearing a Scott Pilgrim hoodie.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's all like old and warm, but you can just see the logo on it.
Yeah, nice.
What a casserole!
What a casserole!
I know.
Tasty.
Okay, so I think before we head out, I think one final question for you guys: where would you fit in Waterworld?
Oh, when you say where would we fit, do you mean like how would we get by?
Would you be? Would you fight? Do you think you'd be an atoll resident? Do you think you would be a drifter? Would you be a member of the Smokers, or would you be something completely different? Where do you think you would fit into Waterworld?
What a question!
I'd be a merman. A merman. I'd like to think I'm the adventurous, drifter type. Don't need no one but myself. But I'd probably be a smoker. I don't like just,
One of the rabble.
They've got they've got spam and cigarettes. That seems
they do feel like they've got the easier life, don't they?
Yeah, I just.
Well, I suppose for you, Sam, with your fear of deep sea, it'd be whatever keeps you the driest, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a fear of the sea. It's like, you know, that thing which I didn't realise I had until I started looking pictures of it being explained. I can't remember what the fear is called, but you know the fear of man-made structures submerged underwater?
Oh, okay.
So that's like a real thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really care about like the ocean or water. I quite like swimming and all that.
Yeah.
But like when you see like shipwrecks and when you see like, you know, old like, you know, buildings and stuff and tankers and things.
What about you, Nick?
Very similar. I think I'd like to think like I'd be a super cool, probably completely insane drifter dude.
Irish?
Super Irish. I think the reality is like I'd be offering myself up to Kevin Costner first opportunity. If you get me saying. Yeah. I think that would be, or I'd be dead.
Yeah.
So that's, How about you? Have you given it much thought?
Well, I think I would be a drifter.
Would you?
Yeah, well, I kind of am now. In my job, I'm a lorry driver. I go from place to place. I'm almost the embodiment of a drifter.
And kind of in your thinking.
And I quite enjoy the on my own part in the lorry, just listening to podcasts or listening to music.
Your own company.
Just nobody pestering you. It's just I quite enjoy that. Please don't listen to this, wife.
So, just as a final thought, I have looked up what the fear of large underwater objects is. Now, it is called megalohydrothalassophobia, and don't look it up if you don't like those things, because
There's some scary shit.
You've been warned.
It is horrible.
I love this movie. I love our recasting.
Would you recommend this movie to other people?
Well, I mean, I said I love it.
I think I would, but I think I would have to know what kind of people they were. I know certain people that like don't really like movies that were made pre-2005, and this kind of a film, you have to be one of those people that likes those kind of like older kind of action.
Can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I think if that's what you know going in, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's a lot of fun.
It's an easy watch, isn't it?
Yeah. If nothing else, I think it's a great opportunity to look at in terms of 90s films. Go and look at what 170 million at the time was spent on. That in it of itself is a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fun in that.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for listening. You'll be able to find Castrol on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Music, where you'll be able to subscribe and leave us 5 stars. With any feedback that you may have, good or bad, we are open to all suggestions because we want to put out the best product that we can. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at CasterrollPod, and while you're there, maybe tell us what you think about our recasting. You can also contact us via email, casterrollpod@gmail.com, with any questions you may have and suggestions for any future films that you would like us to recast. So until next time, it's a bye from me.
Bye from me.
And bye from me.
Movie Casserole, Casserole.